Welcome back to another episode of Talk Lavish. I'm your co-host, Denise.
I'm Lila.
I'm Pam.
I'm Anna.
And we're here back with another happy anniversary from Talk Lavish.
This is hella cool. Wow, so it's our first year. It's our 1 year anniversary on the March 31st. March 31st, that's when our very first episode aired. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to do like a quick episode to reflect on how far we've come. Questions that people put this together and asked us is, why did you guys come together and start a podcast? What was the main reason why?
Because Pam said, let's do that.
Okay. Right. Well, to be honest with you, okay, the whole essence of the podcast came along because COVID. When COVID happened, it kind of like everybody was pretty much stuck in the house anyway, and we was really, really restricted on what we couldn't do. So I was like, I'm hecka bored. I was pregnant at the time, so I was like, dude, it's so hella dope. Let's get together and do a podcast. It was just an idea that stayed in the air for quite some time. Let's just buy our first little batch of equipment and let's see where it goes. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of basically went its own way.
I was ready to do it.
I felt
like it was something exciting, something fun.
Yeah.
And we always want to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Different.
We all have the personalities for it. So yes.
Well, Pam always thinking of something crazy. She always got some kind of crazy idea. Might be skydiving. It might be riding on a horse backwards. Something. So I was like, okay, this is one of Pam's great ideas. So we'll see how this turn out. But
right.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, so what were some of the challenges that you guys, or that you would say we faced so far since we started as a podcast? And how do we overcome it?
Definitely scheduling.
Yeah. We live relatively, everyone else live very close by. I am the estranged person a little far. At first, initially, it was kind of a good blend of us going out there to come out here. And then somewhere we got lost in the sauce of, scheduling and, being mothers as well, and our lives took its own course. But we still managed, no matter to fuss and fight, and still make it to come here, to come together and do our interviews and show people showing up.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is communication. If you can't make it, you just can't make it. You know what I mean? And as long as everybody's on the same page, it'll work out. But how is your feedback from your supporters so far? All of your subscribers and your fans and stuff. What would you say the feedback has? How is the feedback so far? Are people supportive?
Positive, right? I feel like it's always positive, supportive. People that want to see, especially people that know us, they really are excited for this.
Especially family. I love that about our family, that all your uncles and aunts and stuff like that. Yo, look, that's my niece, that's my nephew.
On the TV.
That's on the TV.
It's crazy.
On YouTube.
It's crazy how some of the people that you can call your best associates, your best friends, and even some family members too, they just don't support. Yeah. But you got strangers from all over. New Zealand, Australia, Bristol, England, I don't know where that's at. Uganda, Canada, you name it, all over Cameroon, all these other places that show nothing but love. And these people are strangers. So use that friend term, don't use it lightly. I'm real big on the friend thing, but you'd be surprised how many people they really don't show you that much love. So shout out, much love and respect to all those that have been, our messages with the Facebook thing has been overflooding. I don't know why y'all calling it. Y'all calling it, that's getting kind of too. You know what I mean? But much love and respect, and we love it. The people that love us, we love them. So I respect that. Thank you so much. Thank you. So which photo shoot was one of your favorites? Which one would you say?
I would say the last one.
Last one
because it was like a lot of personality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like you could have fun when you can choose to do different areas. Like, it was like women in different areas. So to me, I think that was fun. Plus, I looked really cute.
Sorry. I feel like the one before last, before we got to be the 90s era, something like that, I felt like it was like sort of like a epiphany type of thing. This type of back in the day with Xenon. I don't know. It was like a little bit of everything of our childhood built in one, and it was just so focused on that one shoot. And I felt like this is like living the dream for us, like Powerpuff Girls, reanimated, or some type of way we're a foursome, and here we are, a force to be reckoned with. I loved my aesthetic of me being like a fake Elliott. I loved it how it was like a grunge look for myself.
Colorful.
So then, so you like the 90s one then? The 90s
Yes,
one.
yeah, it was.
Okay, what about
I
you?
like the last one because it was more.
Because y'all was decked out. That's what it really was.
I like the last one. Well, the first one was cool. The one we did, we were all formal.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was the first one. And I don't like taking pictures, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was really like, because I had a girdle on underneath my outfit. So I was like, but I'd say the last one.
The last one?
Because it showed personality more and stuff like that. So yeah.
I think so far I liked all of them, but the very first one we did, I just had my daughter like when I was like, yeah, the very first photo shoot we did, and I was kind of like insecure because like if you zoom in on the picture, you can see like a little bump right there, but you could see of course I post just had the baby, but it's just kind of like you feel a little bit like it's more so like an self-conscious about hey man, so I'm sucking it in like. Trying my best to suck it in, but the photographer at the time, which is a shout out to Robert Silver, he's one of the best in Oakland. He's definitely a legend, but he definitely made us feel comfortable, made us feel like be yourself. Like people gonna love you or hate you regardless. Y'all talk lavish, be talk lavish. Like people gonna have to respect it. He said, let the world adjust. Like just be who you are, and then we felt comfortable. So I was like, you stop saying on the camera.
Is this coming? How is this coming?
That don't work for me. Oh, anyway, okay, so so interacting with the public when we went to LA, Hector was asking, how was that experience with that?
So right now we are approaching Tequila Jack here in LA. It's a Mexican restaurant. Trying to see if we can find a couple drunks to help us with our questionnaire here.
But she was like, let's just find some drunk people who's interviewing. But it ended up working out. So yeah,
especially the first guy, he was really nice, and he was like just went with the flow.
Yeah.
Look, he did this before.
Right.
He did it.
That's cool. So would you guys feel comfortable doing that more often?
Yeah,
I like that one too. Obviously, it was our first one, so we had to try to get feel of things. But I really think we should do the one we was talking about doing out here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I think we should do that. I think it was really exciting.
I think San Francisco should be our next.
What do you guys think we should do? Like seriously, give us some clues. Give us some comments. All up in the comment section.
What should our next project be?
What should our next project be? Like we love to hear from our fans as well. That opens up doors for creativity just for us as well. So
I think San Francisco would be a nice. Like a next spot because it's so diverse out there. You run people from everywhere and they'll stop and talk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, they will. Even the people in the Tenderloin, they don't matter.
Right, the TLs, baby.
They're gonna be talking about it.
Right. So your most embarrassing moments throughout everything, like photo shoots, interacting with the public, or just interacting with people on during when we do the podcast. What could you say? Would you say that you could have did better with the?
I think that me, for myself, I realize that when I talk certain times, especially on camera, I start to tend to look upwards and not at the camera. And I realize that I'm not really a in-the-face camera person yet. And over this time, I've gotten a little bit better, more comfortable just to be like, hey, I'm talking to myself, but I'm not.
Okay, radical, dude. Yeah.
All right.
For me, I'll probably say, I have so many. No, for me, I'll probably say, let's be honest, I don't think I got that many. I don't think I ever really had various moments, because I really don't care. But I think the only one that kind of made me go, was when I was dancing in the arcade. And you posted me and I'm dancing doing this shit. That was for personal eyes only, and you produced it and you published it. So I think for me, it would probably just be that. But then after I thought about it, I was like, it don't even matter. I'm having fun. So whatever. Yeah. But at first I was like, my back looked big. You know what I'm saying? My legs looked small. It just wasn't, the proportions wasn't there.
I think sometimes after the episodes are already aired and uploaded, I have a hard time coming back. I may watch it to see how it looks overall. But after that, it's like hard for me to go back and look at myself talk because it's like it's
make you feel uncomfortable?
Cringe. Yeah, that's what they call it.
Cringe. That's the same thing for me.
Yeah,
I don't watch the videos because I don't like looking at myself.
I like
how
looking
I present
at
myself. I don't like looking at myself with like little mistakes I might make, on camera. And I hope that nobody else will see it, and I hope they don't make a comment on it. So I don't read the comments. I don't. I just want to do it and. You publish it, and I never think about it again.
I don't hear my own voice.
Right.
I think that overall we've learned, we adjusted with ourselves, and we've kind of figured out what works for us, what we can do better. I stutter a lot too. So some of the episodes that you might see me going. and it flip quick because I chopped and diced the part where I'm going, yeah, so did you? You know what I'm saying? These people are not gods. They regular people like us that just have a story. But their story is on a magnified, spectrum because of who they are and what they do. A lot of times we just automatically assume that these people have these positions and what they do in their life, that we hold them to a higher standard. But when you really talk to them and you actually meet them in person and see, they just people just like us. Yeah, they have a story. So what would you say will be some of your goals for next year? What do you think the goals should be for Talk Lavish next year, this year going forward?
I want Issa Rae to be on Talk Lavish. I think that would be a bigger platform for us because like Issa Rae started off on YouTube and then look at her and her platform and her just unapologetically blackness overall. And as a woman in podcast, I feel like having her on our show, just representing and just having to sit down with us, pick our brains or pick her brain. I think that would be like so awesome.
That'd be cool. I think we should do more activities.
Yeah,
like
that too.
Like for the community and stuff like that. We should get hands more into that. Like also we should do like the cooking stuff. I know like Lyle was talking about doing food critics and like just spilling our Talk Lavish juices amongst a lot of other things.
Right.
Okay, exactly.
Right.
Spreading our flavor around to other things.
Yeah.
Talk Lavish production.
So
that's cool. That's
things
cool.
like that. Merch is coming. Yeah, merch is coming.
Yeah. It kind of shows people that we're not just strict people that just automatically just straight do podcasts. We do other things too. So
versatile.
How was interviews?
Yeah, besides interviews. So Delilah and Denise, I know you missed out the last time you couldn't make it, but that's okay. We have much more times you can come. How did you think the first community event went? The very first time we did it.
I really liked it. I think it went well. I think it went well. It shows you a different side of how life could be. I really enjoyed myself.
I think also was a great thing watching it or seeing is that even though a lot of them have chosen this as their lifestyle, it's just like, I'm a conspiracist. They living out of the matrix. They live in life. There's no real rules for them. They follow their own rules. They don't care about tickets. They don't care about the police. I'm gonna stay on this bridge and you can't stop me. But that's what it is sometimes. But seeing that and seeing how we live each and every day is just a parallel of like what your values are versus another person.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you really question the stuff that you complain about is really nothing in comparison to somebody who doesn't have anything.
Right.
That's crazy. So DJ Yella, y'all. How did y'all respond to DJ Yella? What was your first initial impression at first? But when I told you guys that he was going to be the next guest,
I was gonna faint.
Because
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the fact how humble he was. I like how he was just an open book, that he didn't care what it was. But I did respect out of everything he said how much he was loyal to people. Yeah. Loyal to people who aren't even here living. He's still loyal to them. And I'm big on that. So I'm going to ask Lila, Jane, Elliott.
I was gonna faint again because it was Jane Elliott. Like, I've been seeing her on talk shows for years. So I was a kid, and and she's still around. She's still, got something to say. She's still, valid. So I was really surprised that she was on the podcast. I really didn't think that she was gonna respond. Yeah, but she did, and she has some stuff to say.
Yeah, I like how it's interesting how people, they automatically, when they meet her and they see her, when they see her on TV and they see her on all these Oprah and all these little places when she's doing these experiences with people, they automatically assume just on her character she's just grouchy, old, bitchy type of white woman. But that's far from the case. When you meet her, I mean, I actually had the honor of sitting down and meeting her and interviewing her a couple years back. She's met my mom, she's met my son. And so, the meeting was more about educational purposes because she's an educator. I had wrote a children's book and I came over there and just being able to sit with her in her own home and have a conversation with her. All that stuff on the TV that I've seen just went out the door. Like she was just a completely different, very humble, very funny, down to earth. And like, I think that a lot of people, they really don't like her is because
She tells the truth.
She tells the truth. She tells the truth. And she tells the truth about the people that don't like her. Yeah. That's why they don't like her. You see what I'm saying? So much respect to her. And I mean, this woman is really a legend in a way. She's been around since Martin Luther King, James Baldwin, Malcolm X, the whole nine. So just talking to her and experience what all she had to say was revolutionary. So 100%. I love that. Amir Rogers. What did you think about that? It was me and you on that one.
I enjoyed his interview. Yeah. Because I felt like he was talking to a family member. I talked to somebody you knew already. talk to your brother, something like that. He also came from a place that was kind of like he want to help, want to give back to the community and people that he, you know what I mean? So I had fun with that one.
Yeah.
I had fun with that one.
Yeah, I think his attitude, how he was kind of like he came a long way, but you see how he was open about the struggle. Like, don't let it fool you. Like, you want to do it by yourself and be independent. Oh, it's going to take a little work to come with it. But you can't. It's possible, because if I can do it, you can do it. And most people nowadays, they don't want to give up the game. Even if people they respect, even your close friends, ain't trying to give you up the game, baby. They ain't trying to say, if you're doing better than them, they're going to check you off because they don't like it. Again. But Amir, nah, he wasn't that way at all. And I respect those people who are like that. You know what I'm saying? They have a gift and now I'm going to share it. You feel me?
Exactly.
So most definitely I like him. What about Taye Yoruhu?
I wasn't here for that one.
Oh, you missed that one.
I wasn't here for that one.
Okay,
so you guys tell me what you guys... Well, so you guys are always there, right?
Yeah. Good to talk to somebody who was so young and so passionate about his community and how he wanted to show his own platform as well.
Yeah.
What is it that he did?
He made me want to go to Africa too.
Yeah, he's very, it's really deep for him. And I think it should be deep for a lot of African American people. But we just go off, like, again, with the media that tells us about Africa and all these other things. But you need to do your own research about, because a lot of us don't really know. If you ask a person where you from, a black person, I'm talking about not just where you from, like, oh, I'm from here, I'm from New York, I'm from Cali. No. Your history, your last name, you know what I'm saying? Way back from the slavery times. Do you know where you originated? Do you know your family history? Do you know your name? But just based on the fact how deep and how embedded he is now. He came from it though. His father, I think his uncle was, I forgot the name of the group, but he was very involved in a big group that really wanted to buckle down and bust down on giving people the knowledge about their history. You know what I mean? And how far we have to come this way. Despite what America tells you, you have history. Yeah. We all do. So I really did love that one. Lilo Brancato.
I was gonna faint.
I'm gonna faint again.
How did that one go?
Wait, hold on. First of all, Lilo, I'm so sorry that I missed the interview. I was crying. I had to work that day and I was really beat up about that. Like I was like telling Pam, I was like, don't forget to tell him that he used to be my boyfriend back in the days. Don't forget. Yeah. So I definitely was sad that I missed that. Like, hopefully we can do another interview. Did you get your fan mail yet?
Check your inbox.
Yes, but
that's crazy. I loved even him. You know what I mean? I love it's like him. And I think another person interviewed DJ Elliott. You see how he was like Mr. Brancato, who was very open. He was like, you know what? I just want to say thank you. He said, because in this interview we had, we didn't really talk about most stuff that I usually talk about. He said, so I just want to say thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. But just him alone too, another humble being. So I mean, this man went through hell and back. You feel me? But his attitude is still, you know, I like how he said, and one of the main things that stood out to me was acceptance. He said, acceptance is everything. That's how he said, number one is, it's the past. He said, but I have to accept it and be able to accept it. And this is, okay, now move on and go forward. You know, it's not what you've done, it's what you do from that point forward. So being able to talk to him and actually sit with him, because he was like everybody, America's sweetheart. Everybody loved him.
Sure.
Child, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because no matter where you go, everybody knows that movie. They may not know the title of it, like, wait, the movie with the Italian kid and the black girl, right? That's the first thing they say, and they know exactly what Robert De Niro. Oh, yes, my movie. That's my movie. So that movie resonated with a lot of people back then. And still does to this day. You know, one of my favorites, by the way. So shout out to Mr. Brancato. Definitely an honest, down to earth, a wonderful guy. So yeah, wonderful. Joe Roberts. That was what I mean. Denise did. So Denise, can you tell us how? Explain for the people. Explain, preach to the people, pop to the people. Can you explain how you connected with Mr. Roberts? How does he connect to you?
I connected with Mr. Roberts because he is my partner's grandfather. And I learned about his story later on in our relationship, and I was kind of, of course, you don't really think much of your significant other's grandfather in that light. But once I learned about his story and how it had such rich history, I was just like, I have to have him on the podcast because he's literally history. Yeah. And I felt like, especially for Black History Month, I felt like that'd be a great collective to see something like literally in our backyard that I didn't even know that was there. I mean, well, I knew it was there, but now we all know that it's there. Yeah. So I, reached out to him and he was delighted. He wanted to do it. He wanted to be a part of it.
Wow. He had a lot of motivational things to say.
I think so too.
Empowering things to say. When I was like, he moved you. He will move you.
Yeah.
You know, so I like that interview too.
You can hear in his voice that, you know what I mean, he has definitely come a long way with, I mean, he was coming up with the civil rights when I was fresh on the brink of things, you know, segregating schools, you can't drink at the same water fountain. Like, I thought, I'm sorry, they would have hung me a long time ago. Okay, because I got a big mouth and I don't think I can control myself. You know what I'm saying? If I see a pillowcase with her eyes cut out, we fight. You know what I'm saying? That's all too. We fight. I might get hung, but it is what it is. Your eye gonna be missing. So to it. But you know, most importantly, you gotta respect the history. And you gotta respect how far he's come and how willing he's able to give the game. Like, you know, this is what I went through, whatever. And you know, my father was a big fan. He said out of all the episodes we've done so far, he liked that one. Cause my father's into sports too, so he really is a legend. He's the first African American to actually play, to actually be at the Ohio State. You know, what I mean, that's huge. Yeah. So just to see how even now today, I think he did an interview with what was it 30-30? I think it's sponsored by ESPN. So people are still coming out and paying homage. Like, you know, they salute him like, hey man, like you the one who opened the door for so many other athletes. So I think that was dope.
At that time, yeah.
So I was by my lonesome for this one, but Billy Allen, I thought was actually was a huge surprise to me because I actually connected with Billy Allen, who is a famous YouTuber, through one of my followers on Instagram. And I like I said, I wrote the children's book, and I guess he had told me, he said, you know, there's a guy that does YouTube readings, and he can promote your book. Just tell him what you do. He said, send him your book. He said, and he'll promote it. I was like, okay. He said, all you have to do is just send the book to him. He'll do it. And I connected with Mr. Allen, and sure enough, he said, yeah, that's what I do. He said, it's all about the kids. He said, nah, like we here to help each other. We're in this together. So I connected with him. I sent him my book, and when my son seen his book on YouTube, oh my God, he just went bananas over it. Started a connection since then, and I said, you know what? I want to have you on my podcast. I love the whole aspect of how you don't really see Black librarians, especially men, who are involved with education and helping kids, you know, take the higher road and getting involved in reading and literature and stuff like that. So to me, that was just like a jewel.
And he was one of the first interviews you did too, right?
The very first beginning. Yeah, very first beginning. What has been one of the most craziest things or weird things that supporters have said to you in your DM or inside of your DMs or your private messages?
You think you're rich now?
Huh?
You think you're rich?
Right. That is one. I've heard that one before
what was
too.
The one that somebody said, help us out?
Or somebody asked, we want some money. Can you help us out? Let me break it down.
I want some money too.
Okay. For the record, let me zoom in on this one, okay? We are just your regular, down-to-earth women, wives, mothers, hustlers, business owners that decide to get together and start a podcast, honey. Anybody can start a podcast. This is not something that you need to spend millions and millions of dollars in doing. It's like we sit on a pot of money, but we need some money. So you know where the money is? Tell us where the money is. You know what I mean? But I think perception is everything. Like with the first photo shoot y'all seen, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you, I spent like almost $500 on that, hooked up with Robert Silver. I posted that. Somebody asked me, is this from VH1? No, that's from Oakland. Okay, regular photo shoot. They took that and they just ran with it. Nah, man. Nah, man.
Blingy.
Nah. Not yet. But you know, it's I guess perception is everything. It's not. It's what they see. So you know, gotta give it to them.
Don't you control the narrative?
So where do you guys see us, or you see Talk Lavish within 5 years from now?
I see us having coffee with the view, or you know, I'm just saying.
Gotta think big though.
Or you know,
or even bigger.
What's the other show? The Real
Network.
Having the Real, you know what I'm saying? Touch bases with, you know, touch shoulders with these women, and you know, be a part of it.
Yeah,
that's how I see us. You know, we have those same personalities. We down to earth. We just, you know, a little bit more cultured. Maybe I don't know. You know,
more cultured. What do you think, Lara?
I see us into production. You know, well, I know you definitely like that. That's like your niche. But I think we pretty much have the personality, you know, to go that direction. So yeah, I think that would be. I believe that would be
the best.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, I'm kind of hoping production, but like you mentioned earlier, with just like you guys are on the same page with the whole networking thing. And like you said, it's like I mentioned her, it's good to dream big, but he said, or even dream bigger, you know, have your own network and have your own thing. My thing is just to build a respectable, well-dedicated podcast where people can come and they learn one of the three: build, beautify, inspire. So somehow, some way, the people they have on this podcast, whether up and coming, whether they well known, it could be the average Joe. If they got a story to tell that inspire me from killing myself, I need to hear it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you never know. The next person's story can be your blueprint to your survival. You see what I'm saying? So it's just that whole thing of build, beautify, inspire. I hope that goes a very long way. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
Yeah. I just want to say respectfully, it's been hard. Sometimes I want to cry.
Oh yeah.
You quit already once.
I quit. She quit. She said she was sue.
Everybody.
She's going to go corporate.
For real. This is notified.
I can be tired because I work a lot,
Yeah.
you know, and my household is very full. And I always got to do, well, Pam's always making me do podcasts, work. Yeah. But, you know, it's cool. You know, it's fun. New experience for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Open up a new door with this platform. This is all literally taking us all out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
it's learning something different, especially for you know, Pam. Like, you are such like the editor. Kudos for our shout out for Pam. Like, all of our edits and stuff like that has been done. She is self-taught, y'all. YouTube.
Yeah.
University of YouTube. Thank you, Pam.
University.
It has to be. I mean, like, literally, we really have learned and grown together. I just wish that we can do a little bit more of the interviews as far as, like, on Front Street and, like, travel. I think that would be, like, the next best thing for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to Hawaii or native to places and, you know, do the hula. Show people how you shake them hips, how you make all them goddamn kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Shamika.
Well, I would like to do some, what do you call it? The food.
Of course.
Mukbangs. I want to do mukbangs. I like to eat, you know. So, and I like to travel. So I feel like we should do some like a travel and then go to like
find different cultures.
Yeah, find some restaurants, you know, and then just
that's
go
affordable.
But it's all about just booking a date and us really going to do it. As simple as that.
Yeah. That's the thing. When people get involved with this whole YouTube platform and stuff, then it's that you just don't have no life. You stuck to YouTube. You stuck to this. No, I got a husband. I got kids. I got a responsibility. I got jobs. I got businesses we trying to open up. We got other opportunities we working on. So I apologize if we not there 24/7. We getting the hang of it now. We're new with this. So we appreciate everybody for growing with us and taking their time and understanding. And we got a lot of people that are just, they're here for the ride and they're waiting to see what's next. And so it has definitely been a long journey in 1 year. But
I feel like also with this too, I feel like we got to learn a lot about ourselves and about each other with this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like in the beginning, I mean, we did one interview. It was like, Spencer's always late to everything. Spencer this and that. I started to clear my acts a little. Okay.
So you was here at 7:30. I seen the text message. That's
I was on time.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you know, we get to learn about ourselves and about, even though we are all related, we get to learn about each other too, you know, the way that we did in the clinic.
Well, I might add, I already know all about you all. I have you down packed. Lila, I'm still learning a lot about you, but I have you two hoes down packed.
She's a bitch.
These eyes gonna be black in this video.
This has been the what do you call
I've
it?
been the nerd.
Welcome back to the episode of Talk Lavish.
Here I am again, y'all.
Well, most
This
definitely
is exciting. I feel like Talk Lavish is exciting. We have a long way to go.
Yeah.
I hope they say we came a long way, but we got a whole lot. You know, a whole lot. Come on, guys, fix it.
You got to edit that.
We have a long way to go. We've come so far, but yet we have
a long way
to go.
Yeah, we do.
You know, and it's just the beginning, the tip of the iceberg. You know what I mean? So Talk Lavish ENT. That's all I say.
Well, it has truly been a pleasure. Thank you for celebrating our 1 year anniversary. So until next time, y'all.
Talk Lavish, Talk Lavish.
Happy anniversary.
Talk Lavish.
Bye.